All right, guys. So let's get started. So it's all about Microsoft Business Intelligence, and you know how many different modules are there in MSBI as a technology. So let us go ahead and see different things in MSBI. So before I go ahead and jump onto the MSBI, let me just give a quick introduction of mine. My name is Mohammed Yusuf. I have been working with several companies for a lot of time now. I mean, I have worked for different domains as well. Like I did work with banking domain. I did work with telecom domain, which is Verizon Wireless. Uh, and I am currently working with health domain, which is United Health Group. So with that said, I have pretty much a plethora of skills in my alley wherein you would see me working on and mostly also dealing with SQL development as well as ETL and reporting and analysis as well, which are actually the parts of MSBI. So MSBI is a name given to these three modules, guys. Okay, so the three modules are ETL, reporting, and analysis. This MSBI is an umbrella, you can consider it as, wherein inside which you will see all of these three different skills which can be accomplished. So, for ETL, we have a tool called SSIS. So this tool is a part of MSBI, which is used to do the ETL stuff. Now, what is ETL? We are going to look into it within a moment. Okay, so SSIS is the actual module which is used for the ETL purpose, and we have SSRS, which is SQL Server Reporting Services, which is again a module of MSBI used for reporting. So data visualization, data reporting, everything you can do it in SSRS. Now we also have one more module called SSAS, which is used for analysis sake. Now most of the time SSAS is used for performance improvement. Now when I say performance improvement, there are a lot of things which will come into play, like you will go ahead and develop a SSAS cube, and in this module you're also going to get a overall idea of how the data warehouse is and what different type of schemas like star and snowflake schemas and different type of relationships like one to one to many to many. So a lot of things you're going to see in analysis as well. So these three are the basic components of MSBI. Now, whenever we see requirement for MSBI developer, they also are looking for SQL development parallelly. Okay, so that is the reason why we are also having SQL Server development. All right, we are also looking at SQL Server development from scratch. So in this training module, you will be getting SQL Server development as well as SSIS, SSRS, and SSAS. Right.
Uh,
So
the
now,
SQL Server, sorry to interrupt, quick question. The
yep.
SQL Server development, does it include the TSQL? Um,
Yep. It will be from the scratch actually. We are going to look from the basics of it, and we are also going to see DDL, DML commands and select statements, different type of select statements. So if I just have to give you a glance, I can just take you through that so that you understand it very well. So these are from the basics, as you know, start from the server to login credentials to DDL to DML and the constraints and different type of operators and a lot of things in here, join select statements, which are actually very essential for a MSBA developer, right?
yeah.
So these are all there, and advanced concepts are always part of all of the modules. So
Uh, um, I'm a Oracle person, so I don't know what exactly PSQL is. So is it same as PLSQL?
PL
PSQL.
SQL, yeah, PL SQL is a name given to Oracle development, but T SQL is the name given to SQL Server development. Syntax wise,
Understood.
you might see some differences in terms of logical understanding of a concept would be similar.
Understood.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Now let us just understand what is SSIS on just to give you a glance of what SSIS actually does. This as you know, this is an ETL, so most of it part is into data migration. So when I say data migration, let's say, and this happens in most of the companies that you wanted to actually migrate the data from one server to another server, or one source to another destination. For an instance, let's say we have flat file, and for an example, you're getting a lot of flat files on daily basis. You have to run a job that would actually fetch the information from flat file and load it into your SQL destination. And after doing this, there is a successful transaction happening into SQL, and then going ahead and archiving those flat files. So this is a set of framework. I do not want to confuse you all for now. Just trying to give you an overview. So data migration is nothing but you migrate the data from one system to other system, or one source to the other destination. And this is also used for data scrubbing. So when I say data scrubbing, when you try and load the data into the destination, you are supposed to do some business validations. Now, what do you mean by business validation is, let's say you're having, first name and last name and middle name of the customer coming from the flat file. But, in the destination, you have to capture it as a full name in just one column. So here is where you do, merging of these three columns and send it to it. Now in some scenarios it happens that you may see some nullable values inside middle names. So, you have to scrub there something that, if it is null, then what you want to do. So this type of data scrubbing is also part of this ETL process, which we refer as transformations. So T stands for transformation only. So transformation is a process of either scrubbing the data, or doing a conditional check, or doing a data validation before you load the data into the destination. So E stands for extract, which is nothing but the source system. Here, let's say the source system is your flat file and you're fetching the information. So E is here your source system, and transformation is data scrubbing or data validation, and load is where you actually load the data, which is the destination. So that is what the SSIS stands for. I'm sorry, someone was asking some questions. Sorry to cut you off. Yep. Uh, Someone had any question on this?
No,
Okay.
not me.
Oh, okay.
Not there.
Kishore, you were trying to tell something?
It was actually in the SQL when you mentioned that like we are going to say something in SQL. I saw those lists and I was going to ask if we can import an unkeepable command also in that one, or
Well, I'm finding some hard time to understand you because your voice is actually breaking sometime. You can just ping me. I'll take it over in the
okay, sure.
when I explain it.
Alrighty.
Okay, you can just ping me. All right.
Okay.
So now, when it comes to SSRS, right, as we see, this SSRS is also a part of MSBI, and this SSRS tool is used for the reporting purpose. So now when we say reporting purpose, most of the companies have some similar, yeah, we can also include it. That's fine. That's just 5 to 10 minutes of transformation, or I would say 5 to 10 minutes of function. We can add it, no worries, Kishore. So now if you see reporting is done using SSRS, wherein you would see in this I would be going ahead and developing tabular report, matrix report, drill down, drill through reports and charts and 3D dimensions, and parameterize and cascading parameterized reports. So there are a lot of reports which you would definitely find. My training would definitely help you in this in real time as well, because most of the topics what I am covering you would definitely face in your projects. Apart from this, I would also take you through the administration side of it, because there is no specific admin for doing the reporting, wherein you would responsible for doing a subscription, doing a snapshotting, wherein you actually go ahead and subscribe your report what you develop. So what do you mean by subscription, snapshotting? There are different techniques of moving your report from your server to someone's shared folder, or sending it to an email address of your business. So that is nothing but subscription. So and different type of performance improvement steps and techniques in reporting as well. So that is what reporting in SSRS all about. Now let us talk about SSAS. Now this SSAS is majorly used for the sake of performance improvement, performance improvement step, wherein you see development of cubes. Now cube is a combination of facts and dimension tables. For to understand what is a fact and dimension, you have to understand how the schema and structures are. So basically I will be taking you through different steps of understanding these cubes and their relationships. So I would, and another just quick hint for you guys is SSAs is not heavily used, guys. Okay, SSAs is not very heavily used. It is very less used, I would say, because most of the performance can be achieved by SSRS and SSIS as well. So, but still, there are few companies, maybe 100 out of, I would say, 6 or 7 companies who are still working with SSAS in terms of the cube development. So whenever we come to SSAS, we will discuss it in more details. So SQL development, guys, you already know this is a database management platform wherein you write SQL queries, and you would try to extract the information, you would try to load the information, right? With SQL in place, it is a very strong component of database wherein you can securely save your information, right? Without any authentications and credentials, no one can go ahead and log in into your system. So this makes your system very secure and enough trustable, so that you are sure that you're only giving access to someone whom you know. So the risk of getting data loss is very less here. So that's the reason. And the good thing is, guys, you don't have to struggle much in terms of database, because whenever MSBI developer is asked, he's asked, I would say 90% of the time, for SQL development. Okay, not for any other development. So it is like, if you go with any ETL technology, then let's say any kind data stage, so you might don't know that which other databases company will make you work. He may make you work on Teradata, he may make you work on DB2. So it's not the case in MSBI. Sources may be different, but end of the day destination you would see 90% of the time SQL. And to be very frank, I have, till the time I've started working with MSBI, I've just seen one database, which is Oracle, right? Which is very rarely used when it comes to MSBI architecture, because SQL supports this architecture very well, since SQL and all of its other components are tightly integrated. So you do not have to have an adapter in between SQL and SSIS, or SQL and SSRS, or SQL and SSAS. So this is all about just a basic thing of MSBI, guys. And you know let me show you one real-time it's just a simple understanding of how and why these tools are used. So let's say there is a company and it's a retail company. Okay.
Just a
Let's,
quick question.
yep,
I have
go
a
ahead.
quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the Power BI? I know about MSBI, but I've heard some people
Power
talking
BI,
about Power BI.
Power BI is totally a different tool. It is not a MSBI architecture, but there are few companies, not all companies, few companies also looking some sort of Power BI experience. So I would say Power BI is also a reporting tool, but not in MSBI architecture.
Okay, so it's not a Microsoft's product,
It
Power
is
BI.
a Microsoft product, but it is not MSBI tool. You know what
Okay,
I mean is,
understood.
yeah, it does
Understood.
not falls under MSBI umbrella. Okay,
Yeah, got it.
right. Now see, guys, let us understand that this is a retail, retail mart, and the mart name is Heritage. Let's say, okay, this is a retail heritage mart in US, and there are a lot of heritage branches overall US. Let's say about 100 branches, and in each branch there is a sales of 100k or 10k. Let's say, let us keep small. So 10k of product sales happening in each branch. Okay. Now end of the day, how much of sales is company making? Can you guys tell? How much of sales is company making? So they're actually doing 10,000 transactions per day. Oh, sorry, in each branch. Yep, 10,000 transactions. That means, let's say you and I as a customer walking into Heritage. Likewise, there are many customers walking into Heritages, and end of the day, they're coming up with 10,000s of product getting sold, right? And there are 100 branches, so maybe 1 lakh of products getting sold in one day. How about 30 days? How about quarter? How about semester? How about year? So just assume that these guys are storing their information in Excel sheets. Okay. Now think of it, if they are maintaining it in file system, how complex the scenarios are. For an example, files, very first thing, file systems are not secure. Second thing, file systems combining all the files from all of the branches and giving the result out of it to the business is really a tough job, and opening the file itself take lot of time. So there are a lot of challenges to overcome, which company actually manages a database. Okay, it can be any database. In our case, since it is MSBA, most of the time you would see SQL. So let's say this is an SQL database. All right, now with this, what happens is you're trying to actually extract this files, which may be either which may be either flat files or XML files or Excel files, right? And you are trying to load it into your destination. Now while you are transferring all of these files, you're also doing some data validation or data scrubbing, right? Data validation or data scrubbing, which we are calling as transformations. So here is the scenario wherein you can analyze, okay, there are some data migration stuff wherein you're trying to migrate the data from flat files to SQL, and you're trying to also do the transformation. And can I get a quick answer on what tool is used to do this?
SSIS?
SSIS, very nice. So SSIS is the tool we will use in this type of framework, right? Now coming back to, you have loaded the data into your database, guys. Now what is your next step? Your next step is to give
Reporting.
this, yeah, give this data, or uh, showcase this data to the business. Now when you are trying to give this information to the business, you're actually giving it in a very interactive way, so that business can easily understand their data. For an example, I'm giving a chart report, okay, which is showing the trend of my sales, and I have a average sales, average sales of about, let's say, this one, and I'm going to explain what is this. Let's say these are branches. This is a Georgia branch. Okay, this is Georgia branch. This is Texas branch. This is California, and this is Alabama. Okay, these are the branches how the sales is happening, and these are the let's say 10 millions, right? 30 million and 40 million, like that it is going in the index axis. Now this is the report which I have generated out of the data what I have. Now looking at this, business can understand, and I can even make it more clear to the business by my automatic color formatting. This everything will be automatically done, guys. Okay, so if it is greater than the threshold what you have set, it would be in green color, so that they understand, okay, these states are doing very well. I mean, at least crossing my average expectations, which is more than 30 million. Now if I see something let's say this one, Georgia is doing moderate, so I have colored it in yellow color. So this thing will happen dynamic. We will go into expressions of reporting and understand this. Now coming to California, it is very less. So just looking at the graph, I would be able to analyze, okay, California is not doing good. So what is my next step? My next step is, whenever I click on this California state, I should get a list of items specific to California, right? Specific to California, wherein I would see, okay, yearly wise what was the sales, monthly wise what was the sales. So this is a hierarchy, right? Everyone wants to look at that. Year wise, semester wise, quarter wise, right? Month wise sales. So I will be drilling it. So this is called drill down, and this is called drill through. So this is just an example of, by looking at this, he may understand, okay, in this month the sales was very less, and these products are not getting sold, and these products are actually getting sold in another state. So instead of buying those products, he can migrate. So like this, business will take their own decisions after looking at our report. So this is how a framework of MSBI is configured. And you can tell me, use as this reporting is developed by which tool in MSBI? It is SSRS, right? So SSRS is the tool used to do this type of reporting. Now I do not want to go into analysis and confuse you. Just understand that is a cube which is actually used to improve the performance. Now what is a cube? Now those are all different type of questions which I really don't want to go right now. So this is used to improve the performance, and this is a SSAS tool. Alright, so this is the framework, and this is how all of the tools are used. Right, now coming to our pattern of explanation. Whenever we start any module, let's say we are starting ETL, we will start with the basic components, basic topics, and then we will go with advanced topics, and then we will see real-time scenarios. So this is common. This type of pattern is followed across the tools under MSBI. Now apart from this, for ETL, which is SSIS, we are going to provide you with a common framework of how to handle the errors. So this is error handling framework which we are extensively providing, apart from all of our tool apart from all of our topics in SSIS. Now, along with this, we also provide, and you know, this common error handling framework, you would see the interaction with stored procedures and SSIS, how to dynamically handle the information. So, and you will also see this framework in many companies, because I have seen, you know, in couple of companies the similar type of framework. So that is the reason you are seeing it in this training. And we also have a real-time project wherein we're not just going to see just simple data migration. Simple data migration projects you will be accomplishing in real-time scenarios itself in our classes. Now, when it comes to you know, advanced project, we have image processing project, wherein we would try and see like how do we manage images if the project is of you know, enterprise data warehouse management. That's simple, that we do with data migration. But if project is of you know, EDM, image electronic document capture, EDC something, you know, there are few terms which company mostly uses for that. So this is the project which will definitely help you, wherein you will see a lot of advanced concepts. You cannot understand this very soon, so you know, only after all the advanced concepts are done, we are going to go with this project. And with this, we will book 3 hours of weekend, because it would almost take 2 to 3 hours to work on this project, right? So that is how we are going to continue the classes, and classes are going to start from tomorrow or day after. So make sure you're on time, and I think
Yeah,
yes,
yes,
there
sir.
are timings as well. Yep.
Couple of questions here. So what is the so you start off with SQL Server development and then ETL reporting analysis. What is the flow of modules?
We'll go with
Yeah.
SSIS,
Yeah.
and SSRS and SSAS. We'll also see SQL.
So SQL is the last, is it?
Yeah, since timing. Yep. Yes. Yes. So timings. We are planning for 6:30 IST.
Evening?
Morning Indian time. Will that be fine with you guys? I'm not sure.
No, that's like 1 o'clock for me. 1 o'clock
Wow.
at night.